to others. We look to community. This evening of solidarity is about these two elements: connection, prayer, and song to God, and connection and solidarity with others. We have come together from synagogues across the denominations to make a powerful statement. There is more that unites us than that divides us, and we together, all of us, stand with Israel. This is deeply painful. The past days have felt like years. But we will, together, all of us, get through this. And we will, together, all of us, emerge stronger than before, because that's what Jews do. That is what we have always done, and that's what we will continue to do. We'll end our program in a while with the words, Am Yisrael Chai. The people of Israel, the nation of Israel, live and will continue to live. We've come here this evening, all together. My rabbinic colleagues join me in urging each of you to show up again this Shabbat in whatever synagogue you attend. Every Jew belongs in a synagogue this Shabbat. Our program this evening consists of words and prayers led by clergy from synagogues across denominations, and it consists of songs. We invite and encourage all of you to join us in the singing. The singing is not supposed to be, with all respect to Rabbi Daniel Berg, the singing, the music, we're not aiming for professional levels. We're aiming for everyone to join together in singing with us. And again, really nothing, he's the only of the rabbis who could play guitar. We appreciate it. When we sing together, perhaps the exact text of the prayer or the tune of the song isn't exactly what you're used to. That's okay. This is a moment to look at similarities, not differences. There is more that unites, and we, all of us, stand together, and we, all of us, today and for always, stand for Israel. We'll begin with the words of Psalm 121.
I invite you to join me. You'll find the words, if you don't know them, in the inside page of tonight's program. A psalm, a song of ascent. I will lift up my eyes unto the mountains, from whence my help shall come. My help will come from Adonai, the maker of heaven and earth. Adonai will not suffer our foot to slip. The one who keeps us will not slumber. Behold, the keeper of Israel neither slumbers nor sleeps. Adonai will be your keeper. Adonai is your shade upon your right hand, that the sun not smite you by day, nor the moon by night. Adonai shall keep you from all evil and shall keep your soul. Adonai shall guard your coming and going from this time forth and forevermore.
We very much appreciate all of the elected officials who are here with us. We aren't having any officials speak, but we made one exception. Noach Hacker is here. He's the Minister of Economic Affairs at the Israeli Embassy in Washington, D.C., and representative of Israel, the Ministry of Finance in the USA.
Thank you very much. My brothers and my sisters, thank you for coming together today. I stand before you on this terrible time, one that has deeply affected the hearts and minds of people in Israel and people around the world. On Saturday, the 7th of October, during the holiday of Simchat Torah, Hamas, a cruel and inhuman enemy, an organization labeled as a terrorist group by the United States of America, launched a savage attack against innocent civilians. There is no justification for such brutality. No justifications. The assault began under the cover of heavy rocket fire, with missiles raining down upon Israeli cities, targeting innocent families as they slept in their beds during holiday morning. It escalated further with a ground invasion of hundreds, and more even, of armed terrorists infiltrating 30 residential communities and 12 army bases. They got there by using open vans and motorcycles, using tactics employed by the most extreme terrorist organizations, such as ISIS. In the days that followed, we were flooded with horrific images and videos. Images of women, children, and men being cruelly murdered. Images of old people and entire families being kidnapped, and of babies subject to unimaginable abuse. Our homes, our communities were looted and set on fire, causing immense suffering to their inhabitants. For the Jewish people, these images are attached into our collective memory, a stark reminder of the most challenging times we have faced. Not since the Holocaust has so many Jews been killed in one day. For the state of Israel, we have never witnessed such horrors before. This is not just another terrorist incident. This is not a threat hundreds of thousands of miles away. This organization of animals is operating practically in our backyard. To understand the magnitude of this tragedy in perspective, we often hear comparisons to other horrific terrorist events like 9/11. To illustrate, if we were to simulate the damage in terms of Israeli population and size, the loss of more than 1,000 Israelis would be akin to approximately 40,000 Americans. This is 10 times 9/11, 10 times. The feeling of insecurity and rage grips the residents of Israel, especially those sitting at these very moments in their shelters with their families, with their children. We are at war. And we cannot afford anything less than a clear victory. The Jewish people cannot afford to lose. The message that must emerge from this war is clear, not only to Hamas, but all terrorist organizations and countries in our region seeking our destruction, led by Iran. That message is that the people of Israel cannot be defeated. The civilized and moral world will overcome the barbaric one. But with these images of horror, stories of heroism are beginning to emerge. I would like to tell you about some of them. Heroes like my friend from high school, Elchanan Kalmanzon, who left his home in Otniel with his brother and nephew, took weapons from the Yeshuv's emergency squad, and went to Kibbutz Be'eri because he heard that terrorists had infiltrated the kibbutz. Elchanan managed to rescue dozens of people, pregnant women, children, until he was shot and killed. Like Elchanan, the names of other heroes have already reached me in my immediate circle, who went out to fight with guns and weapons they collected from the sides of the road from fallen soldiers, and ran forward to rescue the families of the people of Israel from the hands of the evil murderers. Major Moti Shamir, a former company commander in the Golani Patrol Unit, who was on study leave, is also one of these heroes. We are united under a common goal, a true understanding that we have no other choice but to stand strong. The people of Israel will prevail. The support we have received from friendly nations, especially the United States, just a couple of hours ago, we heard President Biden speak, has been really unprecedented. However, this support may wane as time and days pass, and the memory of the horrors of Simchat Torah fades. But let us be clear, the state of Israel and the people of Israel will never forget. We will continue to fight until victory is achieved, because there is no other choice. Our strength, our resilience also depend on your support, our brothers and sisters. We implore you to continue your support through social networks and conversations with friends and acquaintances, and in any other way possible. We cannot let such a tragedy be repeated. I know it's a night for a song, so I brought one of my own. Elchanan, my friend, and I had a classmate, Nadav, who was killed in the army about 20 years ago. There is a poem we read every year in his memory that I think is very appropriate for these very moments. The poem was originally written in Hebrew, of course. When I die, something from me will die within you. Will die within you. When you die, something from you in me, something from you in me will die with you. If we would know how to calm the hatred, if we only know. If we would know, if we would know how to quiet our fury, despite our insults, to say, "Forgive me," if we would know how to start over from the beginning. Because all of us, we are all a single living human tissue. And if one of us leaves us, something dies within us, and something remains with him. Thank you very much for inviting me to speak in this important event. Let us all work together to ensure that we hear good news in the days ahead. Thank you very much.
Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu. At the foot of your program, as Rabbi Posner mentioned, one or two of these words may differ from what we're used to singing. Please feel free to join us. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu ve'al kulam. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu ve'al kulam. Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, Shalom, 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 Shalom Aleinu, Shalom, Shalom. Please rise. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, ve'al kulam. Again. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu ve'al kulam. Shalom, Shalenu ve'al kulam. Shalom, 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 Shalenu ve'al kulam. Shalom, Shalom. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu ve'al kulam. Again, let's hear you. Od Yavo Shalom. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu ve'al kulam. Shalom Aleinu ve'al kulam. Shalom, Shalom, Shalom Aleinu one more time, and Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom.
Wow. It is so important. How important is it for us to gather together as our people in Eretz Yisrael, the land of Israel, face the unfathomable? Our Jewish homeland, our inspiring startup nation, our beloved state of Israel is experiencing unimaginable terror, war, and suffering. We must state it aloud. We gather here to share in our anguish, our outrage, our grief, and our determination. Tonight we gather to mourn. We mourn the many who have died so needlessly. We gather to pray for healing for the wounded and, for God willing, for the safe return of all those held captive by inhuman and evil terrorists. We call upon all nations and all decent people to put pressure where pressure can be put to ensure their safe return. We ask all nations and all decent human beings to stand with us and to stand with Israel in this unprecedented crisis. Before I share some personal reflections, I want to share a new prayer, a prayer for the redemption of the captive Israelis. Our God, the one who raised Joseph up from the pit, be a refuge for the oppressed, as it says in the Psalms, a refuge in times of trouble. Send complete rescue and full redemption to all those held captive by the enemy. In the days ahead, I ask that we list each single person by name. We will not forget you. You will not be left behind. O God, strengthen their spirit and bring them our prayers that they may be protected from all harm. Implant understanding in the heart of the enemy, that they may return our captives, our precious ones, to us in wholeness of body and spirit. We pray, O God, grant wisdom to the Israel Defense Forces that they may secure freedom for the captives without loss of life. Grant strength of spirit and courage of heart to all the sons and daughters of Abraham and Sarah. And may the children of Hagar and Ishmael also find it in their hearts to release the bonds of captivity and to allow us all to live in freedom. As it says in the Psalms, God says, "They shall call upon me, and I will answer them. I will be with them in distress. I will rescue them and honor them." And we say together, Amen. We are so blessed to come together as one Baltimore Jewish community this evening. On behalf of everyone here, I want to express gratitude to the Board of Rabbis, to our synagogues, to the Associated, and to Beth Tfiloh for creating and holding this sacred space for us to gather as one community in these excruciating times. In such moments, we must put our differences aside. Here tonight, but our hearts, libenu, our hearts are in Israel, the Jewish homeland. We are grateful for all our clergy partners of all faiths, to the elected officials, to our friends and neighbors, to the security protecting us and our communities, and to every decent human being in the world. I say, we need